Hello and greetings from Eastern Europe, my name is ColdBeerHD and this is second part of the very best upcoming strategy games of 2020. It doesn't really matter from which part you begin, so just enjoy the video, which is, by the way, sponsored by NEBUCHADNEZZAR, a new gaming marketplace with over 9,000 digital products with an ever-increasing interest to expand their library to be a #1 website for your every gaming need, and with an excellent Trustpilot score, you can rest assured that you will get what you ordered. NEBUCHADNEZZAR hosts massive sales with discounts up to 70%. To help me out, you can make that 73% and use my free person discount code. Just enter ColdBeer and you'll get your games as cheap as possible. You'll find a link in the description below. Crusader Kings free. In this medieval role-playing strategy game, you will expand and improve your realm, whether it is a mighty kingdom or just a modest country. Here you will use marriage, diplomacy and war to increase your power and prestige in a detailed map that stretches from Spain to India and from Scandinavia to Central Africa. There is no gameplay trailer released yet, only few screenshots are available, but it's easy to imagine what this game is all about. By the way, did you know that Crusader Kings 2 is completely free on Steam? You can just download and play. It has very positive reviews on Steam and the in-game possibilities are huge. Knights of Honor 2 Sovereign. First part wasn't a hit, it was really underrated actually, but it was not a bad game, many players have warm feelings towards it. So now, 16 years later, we'll have ourselves part 2. Here, in addition to the development of cities, as well as industrial and mining infrastructure, you can also occupy positions at the royal court, economics, conduct spying, perform diplomacy-related activities, trade with neighbors and develop religion. I don't know about the freedoms of creating religion in this game, but damn, I wish I could make a religion of marinated herring, with slimy but loving herring goddess on the top, where everyone would gather in marinated church to drink vodka and celebrate potato salad all year long. Also, there would be an evil non-alcoholic beer Satan who would want everyone to get sober. Non-alcoholic beer Satanism would be banned, but evil worshippers would gather in dark cellars to drink blasphemous non-alcoholic beer and develop evil plans of creating non-alcoholic vodka and ruling the world without any joy in it.
Небухаднеззар.
Whoosh! This is a terrible name for a game. Alright, in the last part of this video, while talking about Humanity game, I said that this was really similar to my teenage years title Pharaoh, but this one could be literally called Pharaoh too, except this is not the Egypt, but Mesopotamia. The plot of a game covers the period from the time when the first people began to settle in, Euphrates and Tigris valleys, to the 6th century BC, when Babylon was conquered by Persia. Here you will find 16 missions where you will reach different historical periods and places, which allows you to see how Babylonian civilization gradually developed as well as its final collapse. MASHINKY. This game and even its engine is created by one man, Jan Zeleny, experienced programmer who has been a fan of railway-oriented economic games for many years. The project has its roots in experiments on procedural generation of terrain conducted by the creator back in his school days. The works on the game itself began around the year of 2009, and Zeleny was carrying them out mainly in his free time. So, I have a question for you. How many projects you have that continues for 11 years? Growing beer belly, you say? Yep, that counts.
Good job, buddy.
PAX NOVA. This is a turn-based 4X strategy game which takes you on a journey into the distant future. As a result of increasing environmental pollution and constant wars, the Earth is becoming increasingly unsuitable for life. Searching for a new home, mankind decides to respond to an invitation from the edge of the universe and go to the planet named Eos, thus entering a new era called PAX NOVA. Game is in the early access, so its reviews are quite mixed, but PAX NOVA has great great potential to become something really great in the future, though I have to say graphics of the game reminds me of a days when 3D titles was still a rarity. Look, this is Civilization 3 and it's literally about 20 years old. See any differences? I guess not a lot, huh? Total War Saga Troy. Here you have to rely on the infantry, and the differences between its types are now more noticeable than ever. Your troops' combat efficiency is also affected by the ground. For example, mud can slow down heavily armored soldiers, while for lightly armed warriors, crossing the muddy terrain is not a major problem. Same goes with the tall grass effectively covering the snatching specialist units. This is by any means not a new invention in the field of strategy games, but it is really nice when developers dive deep into the details, because you know the saying, devil is in the details, or should I say, non-alcoholic beer Satan is in the details, huh? The Ships and Scoundrels. This game is an unusual hybrid of action games and turn-based strategy, additionally enriched with RPG elements. Maps are generated procedurally, so every time it looks a little different. When sailing in the surrounding waters, you directly control the ship, and at the same time you have to pay attention to the strength and direction of the wind. Also observe the surroundings in search of the enemies. Here you will also find local and online multiplayer for up to 4 players, day and night cycles, and terrible voice acting.
Those French bootlickers will be showing up here soon. I'm dead sure of it. Their holds are filled to the brim with gold and riches.
Gold! Gold! MICROTOWN. This is a pixel art city builder economic strategy in which players develop their own settlements from scratch. Game takes place on a procedurally generated maps. Well, basically this is a budget settlers game, because here you have to build your settlement, construct roads, and do all that
Make sure your inhabitants are happy.
stuff. Game is in early access now, and I was really surprised to see very positive reviews on Steam. Players are saying that bugs here are rarity, almost not existing. So if you can manage to enjoy those pixel graphics, MICROTOWN may be a great game to try, but I know that many of you, after seeing such pixels, would react like that. Godhood. Here player takes on a role of a newborn god, contacting a group of his future worshippers. After witnessing the first supernatural phenomenon, the tribe decides to adopt and spread the newly created religion. This is not an easy task. The region in which game takes place is far from monotheism, and a considerable number of gods with extremely different decalogues fight for domination in it, something like in American Gods by Neil Gaiman. And please be sure, after you create that amazing religion of marinated herring, ban all the worshippers of non-alcoholic beer Satan, because this stuff is no other thing than a terrible
Blasphemy!
Iron Harvest. Inspired by the paintings of Polish artist Jakub Rożalski, the title presents an alternative history of Europe in the year 1920s. Here technological development took a different turn than in reality. In addition to planes in the air and early tanks, the humans invented giant walking machines, so this is an alternative past with robots. Most of them looks really old school, maybe even powered by coal. All this sounds and actually looks really good, because everyone loves giant robots, boobs, and kittens, one at a time. Except boobs. 2 is better, and when you think about it, 4 is even better, and how about 8? Okay, I should stop. Thank you for watching. Show me some love by subscribing and liking this video. I love you too, you know that. Have a nice day. Bye.